Well, here come the archers for this bronze medal match for the recurve under 21 women. Let's go down to the shooting line for the athlete introductions.
On target number 1, representing France, Caroline Lopez. And on target number 2, representing Norway, Amalie Storelv. And the line judge for this match is Archery.
Well, the athletes being introduced out. You talked about Amalie Storelv not qualifying so highly, but she came through a pretty tough part of the draw, didn't she?
She did. She's taken out some really good archers. Yeah, at every level. Yes, Italian, of the Louisa Piper from GB. Yeah, some really very experienced archers there. So all credit to her.
Yeah, very good work from her. Not an easy ride for Caroline Lopez, but she shot very well to make it through. Losing out in the semi-finals, of course. So they are here to face off for bronze, and it will be Lopez to get us underway.
8.
She's just gone a little bit left there. We've seen that before, I think.
9.
Again, left, but better shot in the 9. Good.
9.
So quite fast shooting from the French girl. Emily a little bit slower, a bit more struggly.
5 could be 6.
A lot of movement there, isn't there?
Yes, the wind's really catching her there. This is a tough shot.
5.
Push that into a clear 5 for a 22. So that's 6 not looking so bad now. 7 to draw, and the set points,
Yeah,
and
well
8 gets her the 2 set points after a 6 now. Richard, lots to dissect there. That second arrow from Storelv, it went into the target at a very strange angle.
You see she was struggling. I think she got caught in some turbulent air, and it wasn't a clean shot. And it's interesting, if you don't do a clean, strong shot when it's strong wind, the wind will carry it more. That's one of the top tips really, is shoot them strong and clean, don't mess about, don't try and aim too much, and it won't drift as much. So when you hang on and try harder, and don't do that good finish, you get punished.
When you say clean shot, what do you actually mean? But what, the arrow
It's
drives out straight, or?
It's just like keeping the power on. So we have expansion, so there's power on, and you put the power on to the end of the follow through, and there's no disturbance to the arrow or the string as you're going through the execution, the release part of the shot. So it feels crisp, it feels easier, it's less flappy on the release, you could say.
And does it mean that if you shoot clean, the arrow's going to
the arrow flies
faster,
cleaner? Yes,
faster, so it's not going to get affected as much by drag.
If you disturb on the execution release point of view, the paradox of the arrow is not flying as straight, so the wind will take it more.
Well, Storelv getting away, you have to say, with a 6. It was a very strange shot, went into the target a very strange angle, but she needed an 8 to secure the points with a fairly conservative 23 in the first set.
Yes, if your opponent gives you a present, you have to take advantage of it, don't you?
It's that opportunity and taking it again, isn't it?
Yes.
Second set here, Caroline Lopez needs to fight back quickly.
Yeah, she's quite experienced. It'll be interesting to see how she responds to this.
10.
Yes, straight in the axe, so that shows you.
8. 8 could be 9.
I think is 9.
So does our scorer. Got a asterisk on it, which means it will just be checked by the target judge.
8.
It's drifted down into the 8. Not the consistency.
No, it's just not quite as good technically. I think she's clearly trying really hard and she's putting a lot into the follow through. The setup's not quite as good. She's straining a bit. The up back elbows breaking down was a little bit as she's expanding.
8.
So 24 there, and perhaps it was a bit of an anomaly the first set because Lopez shot a 28 there and looked absolutely fantastic. You said experience, Richard. Caroline Lopez is a team bronze medalist at the senior championships back in 2021 at the World Archery Championships.
Yeah, and what a difference when you've gone from senior level to this level. Yeah, she's been around a while. She can shoot. Of course, she can shoot.
And that young trio of archers at the senior level is pretty special, isn't it? They have got a very young team.
Yes.
Getting ready for Paris for the home
They really
competition.
have, and they've got a group below the main team. They've got a group who can shoot as well. So it's really exciting for France. And I think that's the key for all national teams. Is there's got to be that pipeline coming from below. Stops the seniors getting complacent because you know someone wants your place. And this is a statement, isn't it? You keep winning medals internationally, you're going to get selected.
Yeah, and like you say, it's a statement at all levels, isn't it? It's not just because this is the youth championships, it makes it no less important when you're looking at selection and when you're looking for experience. I mean, some of these archers would have never had a camera pointed in their face, and they've had it for the first time here.
Yeah, and because they're certainly going to go to the Olympics. So when you've been in this atmosphere and you cope with it well, nothing's a problem then. And again, you realise, the under 21s are shooting 70 metres. That's the Olympic distance. This is exactly the format they'll do for the rest of their archery careers. This distance.
Well, what better place? I mean, like you say, they can afford to make mistakes. They're young enough to make those mistakes here, but they're getting the full experience. Lopez has drawn level in this match and shoots first at 2-2 in the third set.
So nice follow through, but you just see the slight weakness in the setup, so it drops low. As a coach, I like to work with Archer there because she's clearly got a good brain and she's got feelings, but she hasn't got the good technique to back it up. So it's relatively easy to add value and improve them quite quickly as you improve technique.
Are you making a pitch for to the Norwegian Archery Federation here?
I think Israel might be a little bit warm for her from Norway, I don't know.
Drifting out into the 8 for a 26, so that puts some serious pressure on Amalie Storelv.
She has an opportunity.
10 required to share the points, but it's a low 7 and a 23. I think I called it an anomaly that first set. It's looking more and more like that, isn't it? An 8.95 from Lopez clearly is a lot lower than she's capable of shooting.
Clearly she got caught on one arrow when it got really blustery. The rest of her arrows have been very accurate, haven't they, and well shot, well controlled. She looks in control of what she's doing, and I think for her, as long as she should win, but this win could change at any moment, and you've only got 20 seconds to shoot, and if you've got a windy 20 seconds, then you're in trouble, aren't you? Yeah,
I mean, I think you described it beautifully earlier on. It's one of the most beautiful venues for archery.
Yes, isn't it?
Archery.
Yes.
But blooming hard work in the wind.
There's been so many competitions on exactly the same venue, and it's very rare you see really good scores, even from the best seniors in Great Britain. They struggle at times, and they're scratching their heads with the difficulty of the breeze here.
I gotta say, I mean, you know, not often you get the opportunity to walk down the range, but I did on the first day we arrived here. And the changeable condition, I mean, literally, you called it, you said it, you can be standing at one end, the wind is coming across from the right hand side and you feel it on the left, and then you go and stand in the middle of the range and there's no wind at all.
Exactly,
it's so
not
weird.
And you know, the arrows are very light. The arrows are going fast, but they're very light, and on the slightest puff of wind, or you know, it moves them, and they're really snaking through the air.
Start of the fourth set here, and Lopez is showing her form. She's come from 2-0 down to lead 4-2, so it will be the Norwegian Amalie Storelv to shoot first.
Good, yeah, she attacks the finish. She really does. She puts everything into that follow through. That was a much longer hold that time. I don't, maybe the wind was pushing her, but and then she lost power on the shot, dropped low.
Now, sometimes an arrow is really important. I think this is that very arrow for Lopez. She
Yes,
needed that 10, didn't she?
10. So if you look at the holes on the target face, you'll see Amalie's most are centre or low. It's all about getting the arrow centred to maximise your score, but most of the arrows are low.
Well, a 9 required for the bronze medal here at the European Championships. Lopez releases, and it's on the line between a 9 and a 10. She'll get the 10 for another 28, and she has taken this bronze medal. It took her 4 sets. She was affected by wind in the first set, dropped to 22. So got onto the scoreboard as a result of that, but since then it's all been Caroline Lopez, and she is the European Championship bronze medalist.